Hi John, hi Tushar, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Okay, first I want to ask the two of you that how difficult is it playing roles which are inspired from real life and that to characters which are like controversial, sensitive, political?
I remember Sanjay Gupta coming with a story for us to do, which is a film still in the making, which also had Tushar in it and Mr. Kapoor in it and all. It was another film. And he had a newspaper article in his hand and it said, Manya Surve brings Bombay police to its knees. And I read that and I was so intrigued. You know, sometimes they say fact is stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
In this case, in the case of Shootout at Badala, it's absolutely true. But the beauty of it is that there are scenes in the film where Sheikh Munir actually, you know, got Manya Surve to get out of jail. And if you read the real life incidents as to how Sheikh Munir did it, it's the most intriguing story.
Tushar.
See, my character, Sheikh Munir's character, of course, these are all documented facts.
Yeah.
So, as he said, it becomes more interesting to play a character that's been a part of Mumbai police history, or at least the events that led to Mumbai police history. But by and large, there isn't much information on Sheikh Munir as much as there is on Manya Surve.
Right.
So, I was free to imagine.
So John, like, you know, your awe-inspiring body, how did you get to that?
Well, the thing with Shootout, and I'll be very honest with you, it was never about the body. Manya Surve was a Mumbai Shri. He was a bodybuilder. So I had worked out well enough and Sanjay Gupta said, listen, this role needs you to be like tough and looking like a rock. And I said, yeah, that's fine, I'll do that. But when you see the film, I think the last thing that will come to your mind is the body. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's the intensity.
It's the intensity and there's only one place where you've shown the body. But even in that place, I think the guy who steals the show is Sheikh Munir. Because it's his scene.
Actually, your dostana stuff, I must say.
No, I'm being honest.
Unka badappan hai.
So people really feel that, and I think that's the beauty of the film, is that I think each one of us, and I told this to Tushar, and he knows that, I've said this is his best performance of date. At least in my eyes, I think it's the best.
I hope so.
But tell me something, how different is it working with such a big ensemble? I mean, and Tushar, for you, they're all like action heroes. At some point, they've all done action. So do you like to have to like really catch up with them?
I think all the tracks are pretty much well defined and they're in their own space. And all our characters are so different. He's very different from me. I'm very different from Sonu. Each one is very different. So there's no room for comparison or anything of that sort. Because see, if you're doing a comedy film with 3-4 guys doing comedy, then you will obviously compare कि किसका line ज़्यादा है, किसका ये है, because you're all in the same genre. But we're like chalk and cheese. So there's no scope for feeling insecure.
And working with Anil Kapoor, how was that?
I always say he's like the newcomer in the lot.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's outrun us in the film. He's outdone action over us in the film. I would say he's the youngest actor amongst
That's coming from you boys.
I don't have any scenes with him. John has a lot of interactions. In the promotion, I think he's outdone us in the promotion also, because even if it's 50 interviews, in the 50th interview, Anilji is like, let's change the position, thoda energy aayega. You know, like
really?
8 in the evening, we are like, all of us are like, abhi kabhi khatam hoga. Anilji is like a newcomer. So he's really right, he's the youngest.
And with him, because I had a lot of scenes with him, a lot of the film runs with the story that Mr. Kapoor and I speak about. I remember shooting those scenes. With each scene, he'd give a brilliant take. And he'd say, how's it, John? And I'll say, sir, very good, sir. He said, theek hai, one more. I'm like, okay, one more. So
that much of energy.
That much of energy. And I think he approaches everything with a lot of positivity and a lot of zest and a lot of happiness. And that comes across through, because him being the senior most helps all of us, I think. We feel comforted on the set.
And every take, I'm sure he'll give a different kind of a thing.
Every time.
Because every interview he says, I don't like giving the same answers in every interview. I like to differentiate my interviews also. He changes his position.
He's totally entertaining,
He'll never stand in one place and just give one after another the interview. He'll say, let's do one there, let's do one there.
Such a nice man.
And you know, someone like Anil Kapoor, he's had such a long innings in Bollywood, and on the pure merit of acting, you know that the scene has changed so much. So I want to ask the two of you, do you think actors nowadays need to dabble in various things to stay on top, or to stay in the business? John, you're doing production, acting, everything, you know. You think the scene has really changed?
Well, I think, see, it's a visual medium. So today what I see is that everybody's got a great body. That's one. B, production was a natural progression for me. Tushar, of course, is born into the...
No, but I'm not handling the production.
Yeah, but you're
doing it independently.
But he's still got a commercial sense of what's happening. Whereas for me, it was completely new. But I always wanted to get into production, and I always wanted to do it because there was a sense of cinema and a sense of self and a sense of expression that I wanted to get out there.
Yeah.
So if Vicky Donor is that, then Madras Cafe will be that. So that's something I wanted to do in terms of cinema, the content-driven cinema. Does that help us stay afloat? I think if the audience doesn't accept you, you won't stay afloat irrespective of whether you do production, direction, acting, nothing. So I guess we must have done something right to stay here for 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. So the best thing and the most hopeful thing is that we need to increase and progress from that benchmark. And at least in my case, because I'm always the Dostana, Dhoom, Desi Boys, urban, cool guy. For me, doing Manya Surve was a progression. A progression because my bandwidth as an actor increases, my bandwidth as an audience increases, and the bandwidth of directors that look at casting me then increases. They say, "Arey, ye to ye bhi kar sakta hai yaar." So that's
but actors, by and large, do tend to get typecast. So, has happened with you also. Right? A string of comedies.
Yeah.
People love you in Jism, but Action Abraham is what forced it to you.
Yeah.
So and they can't get over that.
See, I don't mind getting typecast.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's one thing being versatile, which is also a good thing. There's another thing building a brand in something that at least the audiences associate you with.
Right.
And then more and more people start liking you. Like this is what Govinda ji told me once when I was shooting with him. He's saying na, एक बात का ध्यान रखना, तू कभी don't be a jack of all and master of none. Try and at least be damn good in one thing. So at least when they think about you, they have an image in their heads, and at least you have a set audience for a certain genre that's like they like to see you in.
Crack one thing.
And then you can always, explore and do all the versatile things and prove to the world that okay, I can do this, also I can do that. And if you're getting typecast at the same time, there's no harm in that. It's also called brand building.
Right.
So there's a good and bad to everything.
Yeah. But John, do you find a comfort zone in any place? Like this is what I love doing the best.
I will always be known for doing something different. Whether it works or no, it's different. All my experimental stuff in the past has not worked, but I love doing different stuff.
But how was the reaction to I'm Your Mayor? It didn't really live up to the way you were thinking it would.
Yeah, I'm Your Mayor is a perfect example of the audience, looking at I'm Your Mayor and saying, hey, really looking forward to shoot out, because what they do is they see you, like you said, the Action Abraham image was so strong.
Right.
And between race and shootout was this sweet film that was sandwiched. It's something that one must accept. I accepted it. I accepted it probably even before I got on to doing the first shot of the film, knowing that there is a very good chance that it will not be accepted. No problem. Take the jab on the chin, move on, and give a better performance and a better film next time.
Knockout coming up soon.
Yeah.
Like the nazar nikalne ke liye.
Tell gate.
Yeah.
But tell me, how was the feeling of Vicky Donor winning 4 national awards?
3 years, no? 3 years.
4, right? Or 3?
Dolly Ahluwalia.
Dolly Ahluwalia, Anu Kapoor, and film for the most wholesome entertainment.
Yes,
Yeah. I think it's great. It just validates what I wanted to do. And Shujit and me make a great team. We have blind faith in each other. Vicky Donor happened because we always wanted to do Madras Cafe, and in the meanwhile we made Vicky Donor.
Okay.
It's only after that people had more faith, and people who've seen Madras Cafe today, the studio said, thank you for making this kind of a film, because India will be proud of this film. So I just think it validates the expression of self that we wanted to through this film. So film awards, I don't know whether we got some here and there, but to win a national award,
That's something else. Yeah.
I think it's great. Being an Indian, it feels great to win a national award. Whatever said and done,
Absolutely.
you may have your
It's
critical
the
points.
highest award. I mean, you
It's
cannot.
the highest. So
Most genuine award.
But is there more greed for awards now, John?
me?
Yeah. You
See,
won the highest now, I'm sure. You're on a roll.
but I've always been told when Jism I won the best debut and Dhoom I won the best negative and all that. It was okay. It was still 2003 when I came into the industry. But what jolted me was when I was told that if I don't perform and I don't appear for an award, I will not get the award. And it happened at innumerable awards without pointing out at one specifically. I'm not critical towards it or condescending towards it, but what that made me feel was my lack of faith in the system. And that's normal to feel that way. The only thing with me is that I've extended it for 10 years. And I have felt it for 10 years, and I've decided that, listen, if I can do without it, then I'll do without it. And I just proved myself by doing without it. So, but I'd love to come someday to some award because I really think it's been pretty fair last year.
Yeah, I think there has been a slight change.
Yeah, last year because it was a great time for cinema itself. The kind of movies we saw, there was no choice but to be fair.
I think I had no choice but to be fair.
Yeah, because the best ones were the the offbeat, the other kinds.
Vicky Dona, Kahani.
So there was just really no such choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have to ask the two of you this question about the song Laila. We just saw it before we came for this interview and it's a rage already. Tell us about it.
First, tell me one thing. There's Bubbly Badmash and there's the others, but you think Laila's the...
You're asking about Laila first.
No, why? Because both of us felt the same.
Because it's so fresh in my mind. I just saw the song and there's Sunny Leone and there's also intrigue value around Sunny. So I guess, that's just speaking.
Yeah, I think Tushar and me were the biggest
promoters of the song.
We were the biggest promoters.
Oh, really? Okay.
When I think Ekta also was like, what do we do? Tushar and me both. Ekta saying, how you and Tushar think alike?
I was brainwashing her from my side. He was telling books from his side.
Yeah.
And Ekta also that, you have to have Sunny for this song. And
we thought it's going to be the anthem, this song, Laila.
Yeah, it's just out. We hope it becomes an anthem.
And we enjoyed performing to it because it was so much fun. The song in itself has so much energy.
The sound is also, that the sound in between, usually you get bored in the interludes, but this has that whole 70s, 80s, R.D. Burman feel in between. Swinging type of sound. And Sunny, more than us, she was clear that she wanted to do this song.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's the biggest positive that I can think about when you think about the song is that she was the one who was offered, and when she was offered after that, she kept in touch, she followed up, and she said that when are we shooting? Just goes to show that she's so clear that this is where I fit in, this is what I want to do, and this is why I want to be a part of this film.
I remember when I came on the set, Tushar, the first thing she said was, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this song.
Allowing me.
I was like, wow.
I was like, how do you know do you understand Bollywood music? How do you know that this is going to be a good song, whatever?
She loved it.
She loved it,
the sound of it, yeah. And everybody did it. All the dancer guys, girls. Song is great.
In fact, this movie has like 3 item songs. Yeah.
I think there's only, item-wise,
the special song, what do we call it?
To be very fair, only Bubbly Badmash. She's the only guest star in the film, and that was our commitment to her that she will be the only item song as far as an outside star coming and doing it.
Sunny has a role.
Sunny has a role in the film, and
Kangana also has a role.
Kangana also is the heroine of the film.
Ala Maniala is a part of the film with all the gangsters.
But seeing your Dostana, I have to ask you this, John. What's happening to Dostana 2?
If you can read between the lines, Karan will make an announcement very soon, and we're all very, very excited. But Karan, being the producer, should make that announcement. So I'll leave it to him.
Would you like to do a Dostana with John Tushar? Have you seen the first?
I don't think there's room for anybody else with Abhishek and John in it.
Yeah.
I think people will want to see the same team again and again.
Abhishek is my big burly bear.
Maybe Abhishek, if he gives up that role for me, I would love to do it. But I don't think he's foolish enough to do that.
Yeah. You were recently saying how Madras Cafe is going to reach international standards. Tell us about that. How do you say that?
I am very confident because it's a completely different language. It's different in terms of the way it's been projected. I think Madras Cafe is a film where I believe India can happily say that, hey, listen, we've arrived on a world stage. I'm not giving compliments to the film as much as I'm giving compliments to Shujit Sarkar to really have this vision to make a film like that. I think it's fabulous. It's fabulous. And there's a very large young population today that wants to see different kind of films. The best example is Schindler's List, where you walk out of the film and you start thinking and you get disturbed. We've got nothing to do with Germans or Jews, but we got disturbed.
It stays with you.
It stays with you. So Madras Cafe, Zero Dark 30. So Madras Cafe is a combination of films like Zero Dark 30, Argo, Syriana, JFK, Schindler's List. So it's in that space. And I think youngsters are looking for a conversation post watching the film where they can actually sit at a coffee table. And I don't only mean youngsters, I'm talking about people like you in agencies, anywhere, can sit and discuss why did this happen and how this happened, I think Madras Cafe has got that capability.
So are you guys nervous about this one?
No.
No? Such a big star cast, like somehow it's just going to work, you're very sure.
I'm not nervous, but I don't want to be overconfident. I don't want the production house to be overconfident where the marketing is concerned, because we know that people are awaiting. It's an awaited film.
Right.
It's a brand. It's got a very good cast. Music is working, but you still have to go all out there and promote it.
I just feel it's a damn good film, and I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
I know when a film will not do well. It's different that I don't say it, and I have to
You
promote
get that
it.
gut usually that this might not work, really?
Yeah. I get it from the first shot of the film, or when I sign it on sometimes. But then that's a
And how do you go
harakiri.
through the entire process?
That's why I'm less, that's why now I've become pretty smart and
Yeah.
more intuitive. Earlier I was less intuitive, but now I'm more intuitive. But that's what I'm saying. With this film, I've seen the film.
Yeah.
I know it will work to a large extent. To what extent it will work, like what Tushar is saying about being cautious, I don't know. But it will work because it's not only an honest film. Sanjay Gupta is the hero of the film, and he's gone way beyond what anybody would expect Sanjay Gupta to deliver on a film. Zinda, I
All
thought
of you
was
have, I guess, in your own-
each one of us. But Sanjay Gupta is the hero of the film.
He spent 2 years researching the information that went into making this film before this film started. Like a school, like a PhD student, I know he was sitting with encyclopedias of Mumbai police books and all that to actually make the
So
script.
intriguing. So
I hope it all pays off, I'm sure it will.
Really hope it's a knockout for you all. It was super talking to you all, and thanks so much for being on our show, John and Tushar.
Thank you.